What happens when your enemies stop fighting each other and start working together against you? Because in the quiet, drama-filled village of Emmerdale, that's exactly what's unfolding, and it could spell total destruction for one of the show's most controversial figures, Tate. For years, Joe has been the master manipulator, the one pulling strings from the shadows, the one always 10 steps ahead. But now, the tables are turning, and fast. Because two people who once stood on opposite sides have just found common ground. And their target? Joe. This isn't just another soap twist. This is a calculated takedown. A slow-burning revenge story that's been building for weeks. And now it's finally exploding. So who are the enemies joining forces? What secrets are about to be exposed? And is this truly the beginning of Tate's downfall? Let's get into it. Introduction. Right now, fans of Emmerdale are locked in on one storyline that's dominating conversations across social media and entertainment headlines alike: the apparent downfall of Tate. The long-running ITV soap has always thrived on betrayal, power struggles, and shocking alliances. But this latest development feels different. It feels bigger, because for the first time in a long time, Joe, the man who usually controls the narrative, seems to be losing control. And what's making this storyline even more compelling is the unexpected alliance at its center. Two characters, once divided by conflict, now united by a shared goal, bringing Joe down. It's dramatic, it's unpredictable, and it's exactly the kind of storytelling that keeps audiences coming back for more. Background context. To truly understand the weight of this moment, you have to look at the legacy of Tate within Emmerdale. Joe isn't just another character. He's a symbol of power, privilege, and manipulation. A figure who has consistently operated in the grey areas, often blurring the line between charm and danger. From the moment he arrived, Joe made it clear that he wasn't there to play by the rules. He built alliances when it suited him, broke them when it didn't, and always seemed to have a backup plan ready. That's what made him so compelling, and so dangerous. Over time, Joe's actions created a long list of enemies. People who felt betrayed, used, or outright destroyed by his schemes. But until now, those enemies remained divided. Their anger existed in isolation, never quite aligning in a way that could truly threaten Joe's position. And that's why this new development is so significant. Because when enemies unite, everything changes. Main news details. The latest episodes of Emmerdale have been quietly building toward this moment. Subtle hints, tense exchanges, and unresolved conflicts have all been laying the groundwork for what's now unfolding. At the center of it all is a growing realization. Joe's actions have consequences, and those consequences are finally catching up with him. The turning point comes when two of Joe's most significant adversaries begin to see the bigger picture. Individually, they've both suffered because of him. They've both tried to confront him in their own ways, and failed. But together? That's a different story. Their alliance doesn't form overnight. It's built on hesitation, mistrust, and a shared understanding that working together might be their only chance. And once that decision is made, everything shifts. Suddenly, Joe is no longer the one controlling the narrative. He's the one being watched, the one being analyzed, the one being outmaneuvered. The storyline begins to unfold like a chess game. Every move calculated, every conversation loaded with hidden meaning. There are moments where Joe still appears confident, still convinced that he's untouchable. But beneath the surface, cracks are starting to show. His usual tactics, manipulation, intimidation, charm, don't seem to be working the way they used to. Because this time, his opponents know exactly how he operates. They're not reacting. They're anticipating. And that's what makes this so dangerous for him. As the episodes progress, tension builds. Secrets are hinted at. Plans begin to take shape. There's a sense that something big is coming. A reveal, a confrontation, a moment where everything Joe has built could come crashing down. And while the show hasn't yet delivered the final blow, it's clear that the stage is being set. This isn't just conflict. This is the beginning of the end. Public and media reactions. As expected, fans have been quick to react, and the response has been intense. Social media platforms are filled with theories, predictions, and emotional reactions to the unfolding storyline. Some viewers are celebrating the potential downfall of Tate, calling it long overdue and completely deserved. Others are more conflicted, acknowledging Joe's actions, but also expressing appreciation for his role as one of the show's most compelling characters. Because love him or hate him, Joe brings drama, and losing him would leave a noticeable gap. Fans are also deeply invested in the alliance itself. Many are intrigued by the dynamic between the two characters working together, noting how their shared goal is forcing them to confront their own differences. Media outlets have picked up on the storyline, highlighting it as one of the most engaging arcs currently playing out in Emmerdale. Critics have praised the show's pacing, describing it as a slow-burn masterpiece that rewards attentive viewers. And perhaps most importantly, the storyline is sparking conversation. Not just about what's happening, but about what it means. Analysis/what this means. At its core, this storyline represents a shift in power. For so long, Tate has been the one pulling the strings, the one dictating outcomes, the one staying one step ahead. But now, that dynamic is changing. And that's significant, not just for the character, but for the show as a whole. Because when a central figure like Joe faces real consequences, it raises the stakes for everyone. It shows that no one is untouchable, that actions have repercussions, that even the most powerful characters can fall. It also highlights the importance of collaboration and unity. Individually, Joe's enemies were powerless, but together they have a chance. And that's a powerful message, one that resonates beyond the fictional world of Emmerdale. From a storytelling perspective, this arc is a perfect example of how to build tension over time. It's not rushed. It's not forced. It's earned. And that's why it's working. Future possibilities. So what happens next? If the storyline continues on its current trajectory, we could be heading toward a major confrontation. One where Joe is forced to face the consequences of his actions. There's also the possibility of unexpected twists. After all, this is Emmerdale, where nothing is ever quite as straightforward as it seems. Could Joe find a way to turn the situation around? Could the alliance fracture under pressure? Could new secrets come to light that change everything? All of these possibilities are on the table. And that's what makes this storyline so exciting. Because right now, anything could happen. Conclusion. In a show known for its drama, Emmerdale has once again delivered a storyline that's gripping, emotional, and full of suspense. The apparent downfall of Tate isn't just about one character. It's about power, consequences, and the impact of unity. And as the story continues to unfold, one thing is clear. Joe's world is closing in on him. The question is, will he survive it? Viewer engagement. So what do you think? Does Tate deserve this downfall? Or is there still a twist coming that could change everything? And who do you think will come out on top in this battle? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite shows and breaking entertainment news.